Polly Parrot and the Mystery of the Moonlight Song. After their seaside trip, Miss Tilly and Polly returned home to Willowbrook tired, but happy. The garden shimmered under the moonlight, peaceful and quiet. Miss Tilly made herself a cup of cocoa, while Polly perched by the open window, humming softly to herself. But then she heard something strange. Polly tilted her head. Out in the night, drifting on the cool breeze, came a faint melody. It wasn't the garden orchestra, it wasn't crickets or owls. It sounded magical. La la la, la la la, Polly blinked. Unidentified singing detected. Mystery afoot. She unlatched her cage door and glided silently outside. The moon hung low and silver, painting the garden in pale light. The song floated again, soft, sweet, and sad. "Who's there?" Polly called quietly. "Show yourself, mysterious music maker." From behind the old oak tree, a tiny glow appeared, then another, and another. "Fireflies!" Polly gasped. Dozens of them danced together, glowing in time with the music. In the centre stood a little mouse wearing a leaf hat and strumming a matchstick violin. "Evening, ma'am," said the mouse politely. "Didn't mean to wake you. I'm Marvin, practicing for the moonlight concert." "Concert?" Polly asked. "Yes," Marvin said. "Every full moon, the garden creatures hold a secret concert for the moon. We try to keep it quiet, so the humans don't get scared." Polly's eyes gleamed. "Scared? Miss Tilly would love this. She adores music." Marvin looked worried. "It's supposed to be secret." Polly fluffed her feathers. "Don't worry. Polly keeps secrets. Parrot's honor." She stayed to listen. The frogs hummed, the crickets chirped rhythm, and the fireflies swirled like stars come to life. It was the most beautiful thing she'd ever heard. When the final note faded, Marvin bowed. "Thanks for keeping our secret, Miss Parrot." Polly winked. "My pleasure. Music's safe with Polly." Back inside, Miss Tilly smiled sleepily. "Everything all right, dear?" Polly hopped to her perch. "All quiet, Captain Tilly. Just moon magic." That night, as the moon shone through her window, Polly whispered to herself, "Guardian of the garden by day, keeper of the moon's secret by night." And from then on, whenever the full moon rose, Polly stayed very still, listening for the secret song only she and the night creatures knew. Polly Parrot and the Visitor from the Stars. It had been a week since the secret moonlight concert, and Polly Parrot couldn't stop thinking about it. Every evening she perched by the window, hoping for another magical tune. But one night, something even stranger happened. A soft whoosh filled the sky, like a breeze that didn't belong to the wind. Polly looked up and saw a streak of blue light flash across the stars. It shimmered, sparkled, and, astonishingly, landed right in Miss Tilly's garden. "Emergency landing detected," Polly squawked. "Unknown object in the cabbage zone." Miss Tilly, fast asleep upstairs, didn't stir, so Polly took charge. She fluttered outside and found a small glowing pebble nestled among the lettuces. Except it wasn't a pebble. It was warm, humming softly, and pulsing with light. Then from the glow, a tiny metallic creature stepped out, round as a teapot lid, with blinking eyes and silver wings. "Greetings, Earthbird," it said in a gentle buzzing voice. "I am Lumo, explorer from the star cluster Quillan." Polly blinked. "Talking teapot alert. Identify mission." "I collect sounds from different worlds," Lumo explained. "But my star ship ran out of starlight. I cannot return home until I find new energy." Polly's feathers rustled thoughtfully. "Energy, Miss Tilly's got batteries, biscuits, and bravery, but no starlight." Lumo sighed, his light dimming. Then Polly had an idea. "Wait, the moonlight concert. Music made the night glow. Maybe Earth songs can charge you up." Without hesitation, Polly flew to the oak tree and called, "Wake up, Marvin! Frogs, crickets, emergency concert time." Soon the whole garden came alive with sound, frogs croaking, crickets chirping, fireflies swirling, and Polly leading the tune with her best melody. Twinkle, twinkle, shiny friend, find your light and fly again. The air shimmered. Lumo's glow brightened brighter, brighter, until he sparkled like a diamond in the dark. Energy restored, he said, spinning in delight. You saved me, brave Earthbird. Just doing my duty, Polly replied proudly. Hero parrot, cosmic helper, friend to space travelers. Lumo hovered closer. In gratitude, I gift you this. He touched her wing, leaving behind a single silver feather that shimmered faintly, even after he floated back into the night sky. As the first morning light appeared, Miss Tilly came out with her teacup and blinked. Polly, dear, what are you doing out here? Polly tilted her head, hiding the silver feather beneath her wing. Oh, just guarding the garden, Captain Tilly, all's quiet. Miss Tilly smiled. You're a remarkable parrot. Polly gazed at the fading stars and whispered, and now, an interstellar one. From that night onward, whenever a shooting star streaked across the sky, Polly would squawk softly to herself, Fly safe, Lumo. Keep twinkling. And sometimes, if the night was very still, a faint silvery hum would drift down from the stars, Lumo's way of saying thank you. Polly Parrot and the Case of the Vanishing Mail. A week after her starlit adventure, Polly Parrot had returned to her usual post by the kitchen window. Life in Willowbrook was peaceful again, until the morning Miss Tilly opened her front door and frowned. Well, that's odd, she said. No letters. The postman always brings my gardening catalogue on Wednesdays. Polly blinked. Mail missing. Possible postal heist. Miss Tilly chuckled. I'm sure it's just a delay. But by Thursday, everyone in the village was whispering. Mrs. Daffodil hadn't received her knitting patterns. Mr. Bumbles's honey orders were nowhere to be found. Even the mayor's invitation to the summer fair had vanished. Time for Detective Polly, Polly declared, hopping onto Miss Tilly's hat. To the post office. At Willowbrook Post, Postman Pete looked flustered. I swear I've been delivering them all, but they just disappear. Polly scanned the room. Envelopes stacked high, stamps neatly placed, but near the back door she noticed a trail of crumbs. Crumbs, she squawked. Suspicious snack evidence. Following the trail, Polly led Pete and Miss Tilly behind the building, where the trail ended at a small hole under the fence. Rodent-sized entrance, Polly muttered, but not a mouse. It's too big. A rustling noise made everyone freeze. Then out popped Patch the squirrel. Patch, Polly gasped. Explain yourself. Patch's tail drooped. I didn't mean to cause trouble. I thought the envelopes were full of treats. They smell like ink and glue. He dragged out a pile of letters, slightly chewed but still readable. Oh dear, Miss Tilly said kindly. You've been raiding the post bags. Patch looked miserable. I just wanted a snack. Polly puffed out her chest. You need education, not snacks. Letters are for reading, not eating. Together they returned the missing mail to Postman Pete, who thanked Polly with a shiny gold sticker. Honorary Postal Protector. Patch promised to help by guarding the mail from now on instead of stealing it. Polly gave him a firm nod. Good. Patch the post squirrel. Promoted. The next morning, the whole village received their letters on time, with a new slogan stamped on each envelope. Delivered with care, protected by Polly Parrot. As Miss Tilly read her long-awaited catalogue, Polly perched on her shoulder, satisfied. Another mystery solved, she said proudly. Mail safe, villagers happy, crumbs contained. Miss Tilly laughed. I don't know what Willowbrook would do without you, my dear. Polly winked. Neither do I. Detective, hero, post protector. Job never done. Outside, Patch saluted smartly with a paw, while the postman tipped his cap. And from that day on, every time the mail arrived safely, the villagers would hear a cheerful voice calling from the rooftops. Special delivery, courtesy of Polly Parrot, Defender of the Post.